seriously, or we're just in paradise.
And you're always under a wonderment. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You can't get your life together and go on because you're under the threat all the time.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Tearing things out of your house.
Tearing our beautiful stained glass windows out in the dark.
This isn't supposed to happen to me. This is supposed to be the people on TV and in the newspaper.
Nothing can stop the lava. If it comes, it comes. Lava came here once, it comes again.
It's almost May Day and all the flowers are blooming, but the trees aren't here anymore.
This land belongs to Pele. So if she comes, let her have it. Pele is going to be here forever, but you and I will be here just temporarily.
Kalapana, the Black Sand Beach, the Waiokolea Ponds, Walter's Store, Kalapana Gardens, and of course, the famous Star of the Sea painted church. The Hawaiian fire goddess Pele is no stranger to this beautiful coastal community. In 1977, she visited Kalapana for the first time since the 1700s. A gigantic surface flow from a Pu'ukia'i eruption some 7 miles upslope made its way to within a half-mile of the coastal community. Walter Yamaguchi, owner of the Kalapana store, remembers.
The flow coming down here is going full speed. I'm not worried she's going to stop. 2 days later, boom, 30 feet high, she stopped. All these years since I started to know about volcano, I'm happy. I like to see volcano erupt.
Beautiful.
To me, oh, beautiful.
Big sparklers.
Some people don't like it, but I like it.
Walter's confident attitude prevailed as Kalapana avoided the 77 encroachment. And for almost a decade, Pele kept her distance. But in December of 1986, Kalapana got caught in the tail end of Kilauea's most destructive flow since 1960. After destroying the Kapa'ahu area to the west, a huge flow headed straight for Kalapana. The onslaught lasted for only 1 day, but Pele's fiery lava claimed 17 homes in Kalapana Gardens. A blockage in the tube system upslope spared the rest of the subdivision. Kalapana was not seriously threatened again for the next 4 years. This is the source or vent where lava first surfaces, a lava lake called Kupayanaha, the quiet or mysterious one. Each day, the volcano produces 650,000 cubic yards of lava. Some of the 2,000-degree hot molten rock spreads harmlessly on the hillside, but more enters the tube system, a series of tunnels or caves which transport Pele's fire downslope. During the summer of 1989, the goddess lays waste to most of Royal Gardens. She permanently cuts off access to the subdivision and heads directly toward the Waha'ula Visitor Center and Heiau. The $1.5 million visitor center is destroyed. Incredibly, the ancient temple is left untouched. For nearly 6 months, Pele continues to battle her sister Namaka, the goddess of the sea. In late 1989, Pele sends a perfectly round 2-foot diameter tube of lava pouring 15 to 20 feet into the Pacific Ocean. Scientists call this unique lava formation fire hose lava. This gorgeous spectacle, late in 1989, marks the end of activity in the Wahaula area and spells disaster for Kalapana as Pele's fire moves east. Lava comes to call on Kalapana again in February 1990. An evacuation warning is sounded, but fortunately, the lava moves along a ridge away from Kalapana and veers off into the ocean. This is a closer call than most realize. The incredible volume of lava generated over the next month builds a huge shelf off the shoreline. In 30 days, Pele adds 15 acres to the Big Island. Pele once again attacks the beleaguered subdivision of Royal Gardens in early 1990. By now, only 20 homes out of 80 originally built still stand in the subdivision. Ironically, the homes left seem protected by previous flows above. But the goddess sends her rivers of molten rock over the old 30-foot-high flows and into the forest, directly in line with the homes on Queen Avenue.
It was just like a huge amount of wax coming at you, like real glowing red wax and orange wax, and this huge, wall of it coming down the hill. It was so bright at night.
Amazingly, she takes only 2 homes, snaking through the others like a skier through a slalom course. But even before the Royal Gardens flows have cooled, the activity shifts back to Kalapana Gardens.
And at that point, we thought it was just Royal Gardens. Had no thought that it would ever come down here and wipe out this beautiful community.
By April 1st, 1990, numerous lava flows are approaching Kalapana. One flow moves a mile overnight and crosses Highway 130. Civil Defense Director Harry Kim orders the evacuation of 50 homes in the western part of Kalapana Gardens and places the rest on standby.
You may also be asked to evacuate. They gotta use this time to plan.
Craig Heiser built his house in Kalapana 1 year after the 1986 flow. In 1988, his attitude was cavalier to say the least.
I figure if I make it a couple years, it's worth it. Even if the whole thing goes, I'll just leave with a smile and remember the good times.
But with Pele just around the corner, Has he changed his mind?
No, I still don't believe it. I still don't believe it'll take my house in particular.
This is the second time Julie Beardsley's home has been threatened.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable to happen, and then I can go on.
Evacuations continue as the flow picks up speed. Pele follows the ridgeline past 2 homes, torching several outbuildings and crossing Lokelani Street during the evening of April 3rd. Early the next morning, she burns her first home, a rental owned by one of the founders of Kalapana Gardens, Ruth Duff. Lauren Lewisen's home is incinerated later that morning. Ironically, a UPS truck arrives an hour after the fire to make a delivery to a house that isn't there. Walter Yamaguchi is a Kalapana institution. His family-run Kalapana store was established in 1975. At 82 years old, running his business is his life. His jovial, optimistic attitude has won him many friends, including Pele.
What he comes, he comes. Who knows you tomorrow, your life?
Right.
We don't know tomorrow, but I figure the volcano gonna stop. Yeah.
Julie's friends help salvage plants and flowers from her extensive garden. Overnight, the flow creeps into her backyard, but seems to have lost its momentum.
You're saved, man. A lot of fun stuff.
Okay. All right.
Indeed, just as Walter predicted, the flow stops. But the lull is a mixed blessing. Perhaps the only thing worse than having one's home burned is having the lava stop at the doorstep. Utilities are cut. The beauty is gone. The property value is lost. And those who are insured can't even collect.
It's real nerve-wracking going back and forth, not knowing whether you're going to live here or not.
Scientists report a marked slowdown of activity throughout the volcano system. The evacuation order is lifted.
You're a resident?
Some of the weary residents return to their homes, but the period of calm is brief. Even as road crews are removing barricades in the subdivision, lava begins to move again. Huge explosions of trapped methane gas rip through the earth as Pele tears her way through the forest. Many uninsured homeowners are now considering alternatives, dismantling or moving their homes. They sit by the side of the road, vagabond homes, escapees from a fiery demise. Carl and Margarita Mildrum have put many hours into their property at the entrance to Kalapana. Its future seems bleak as Pele swells and oozes forward. While Carl removes the last of the furniture from their home, Margarita rounds up her pet catfish. She has only one word for the volcano.
Stressful.
Yeah, she's losing weight again. Now she's starting to move towards us.
Pele crosses the road again and again over the next few days, providing a marvelous spectacle for tourists.
Now look at the way she's burning over here. Look how close to where the house is. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Your heart goes out to people.
In fits and starts, she ebbs and flows, black crust becoming liquid rock, then stagnating again, creeping ever so slowly onto the Mildrum property, the shrouded presence of Pele. On the 15th of April, Carl and Margarita arrive to find their home still standing. As the lava approaches, they walk their property one last time.
You know, of all things I go and get, huh? What do I pick up? Dumb things. Who cares about the fire, Ray? I'm going to Europe. So I'm picking flowers. Why not, huh? Are they pretty? What? There it goes.
Harry Kim consoles the couple, sharing their grief with hopeless resignation.
I get a lot of my strengths or beliefs from the people here. This is my home as well as my job. And some of them give me a good perspective.
Kalapana Gardens residents now brace for the next surge. Craig Heiser has had time to think it over.
Down! Down!
Craig hires house movers Hook Incorporated to remove his home. But the flow is still a quarter mile away.
Oh, about 3 days ago, I just got a gut feeling.
The man came to us, he said he has a young family, the house is not insured, and if we can help him to get it out tonight.
Craig's feeling is accurate. Even as his house rolls through nearby Pahoa town, the lava bears down on his property. Within 4 days, Craig's lot is solid black rock. The goddess has come within 25 yards of Mike Bartlett's home twice before. Now she's knocking on the door again.
Morning, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Although the flow is less than 15 feet from his home, Bartlett appears casual as he reads the paper on his deck. But inside, it gnaws at him. He likens his home to a friend with cancer. You know he has to die, but you sure hate to see him go. All day, Pele flirts with the home. Finally, that evening, a large outbreak ignites the house. Within moments, Mike Bartlett's dream home becomes a nightmare. Over the next 2 days, 2 more homes are consumed. Kilauea volcano is now more than just a threat to Kalapana. Pele continues to torment Julie Beardsley. Lava flows in the backyard, then stagnates. It creeps up her driveway and stalls. Julie is frustrated.
It's beautiful and peaceful, but it's surrounded. And it's totally cut off, and it's completely smoke damaged. It's horrible inside.
455 reached the house, went up in flames a little while thereafter. Watch out behind you.
Sometimes it just whooshes through and rushes up the street and you see all this fire, and then the next day it slows down and you think, well, it's okay, I'll have, a couple more days. You just never really know It's the most unpredictable thing I've ever experienced in my whole life.
Should I lock it up?
No.
Kenneth and Nancy Dressler's house was the first one built in Kalapana Gardens back in 1969. Their son Todd and his wife Mary built here in 1980.
One day they left to go to school on a Monday morning to find out that they were never going to be back here again. Which was a real traumatic situation for a 5- and an 8-year-old. Yeah. And it's really emotional for all 4 of us.
A lot of memories.
Yeah, there's a lot of memories.
The elder Dressler's home is the first to go.
There are times you're going to be overwhelmed by a feeling of sadness, and you fight that. And then you get overwhelmed with other feelings.
Even though Harry Kim has mentally prepared me for it, it's still a real hard thing to swallow.
2 days later, Todd and Mary's house burns to the ground. This videotape was shot by Todd.
Now the tragedy is kind of wore off, and it's now just wanting to get it over with.
The agony of not knowing is over. Now at least, they can move on. Julie can only wait. For others like Maureen Gap, it's an emotional roller coaster ride. The price of admission, her home, her dreams, and her lifestyle.
It's hard. It's up and down. This morning I'm in tears. Now I just kind of think I'm going to wake up in a minute, and it's going to be all gone. This isn't supposed to happen to me. This is supposed to be the people on TV and in the newspaper. And we love each other here. And that's the hardest part for all of us. Okay, I'll get the money to rebuild the house, but where? And where's everybody else going to be? And that's the hardest part.
With a traditional bottle of gin, Maureen makes her offering to Pelly. A humble gesture, but one that has little effect on the relentless flow.
Just kind of stand here, and it's right there. And I still think I'm going to wake up tomorrow in my bedroom, and everything's going to be here. And I don't know what's going to happen when I wake up and it's not. It's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard.
The inferno that was once John and Maureen Gap's home hits Kalapana hard. Theirs was one of the largest and nicest in the community. Harry Kim urges people to stop looking at this on a day-to-day basis and make plans to evacuate. Meanwhile, the volcano continues to pump out over 500,000 cubic yards of lava daily, most of which feeds the tube system straight to Kalapana. The Big Isle Moving Company donates trucks and manpower to help residents remove belongings, frequently on short notice.
Fortunately, the Civil Defense and the Red Cross have done a pretty good job, it seems, of coordinating, getting people to move before they're in a threatening situation. But here, more lately, it's been usually within a few hours' notice that people are getting a little bit edgy and panicky.
Diverting a lava flow is possible, but no method is particularly effective. Nevertheless, one stalwart person in Kalapana Gardens gives it a try. Vietnam veteran John Schultz painstakingly places a lava rock wall completely around his property. He claims they are Mauna Loa rocks, and only they will keep out Kilauea's red hot lava. He's right, for a while. Pelly sends flows all around John's enclosure. His efforts buy him several days of heat-intensive solitude. before it's over. Up to now, the flows have moved agonizingly slowly, surging, stalling, then surging again, always leaving room for hope that this inexorable menace might go away and not come back. But as Pele crosses Kalapana Avenue, her reality hits home. The inevitability is almost unbearable. This time, she's not stopping. The night is ablaze with fires and flows. The beautiful, awesome, but terribly destructive power of Pele. Al Ritter is a man between a hot rock and no place to go. His insurance company is cutting him off, and so is the flow.
They're trying to get rid of me for any excuse they can think of. I got a day and a half left of insurance, and the lava's a couple 100 yards away.
Given little choice but to watch his whole life savings go up in flames, Ritter turns to house mover Mike Lattimore. In an incredible show of community support, Al Ritter gets help. While the unyielding Pele creeps ever closer, Lattimore, George Hook, and Buddy Roberts orchestrate the move. The utility companies lift existing lines to let the structure through. Friends and neighbors help move belongings.
Getting it out in the nick of time. Looks like they're going to get it out without scorching anything.
How's it, son? Clear over there.
As Ritter's home is pulled out of Pele's reach, the goddess completely surrounds Julie Beardsley's. The flow is nearly 4 feet thick in her backyard, but still no fire. Finally, the black crust cracks, lifts, and pours out an orange, fiery flow that torches the lattice work. Moments later, Julie's long vigil is over. A small community is now being formed by the houses left by the side of the road. Some homeowners are still living here, their homes on blocks, their lives on hold. Still others begin to occupy Harry K. Brown Park nearby.
It's just been a lot of stress around here. We're all like one big family. Our whole street over there, all of us watch each other, houses burn. We cry together. And we've even been arguing with each other. We thought we'd never be doing, you know. It's just we're all piled up. There was 2 families here. One just moved out yesterday, and it's just been a lot of stress, you know. It's been really hard.
Tents and pavilions provide shelter. Volunteers help with the rest.
Then you guys go play the park. Otherwise you're going to hurt yourself, okay?
at the Red Cross has been to everybody's rescue lately, helping everybody out.
Yeah,
calming everybody
they're
down.
great. The Red Cross has really been great.
Many residents renting homes in the garden have an easy way out. Just find a new rental. But the emotional attachment to Kalapana remains.
When you leave Kalapana, where else is there to go? This is a really special area. I don't think there's any one other area like it. It has a lot of aloha. It was a real old Hawaii kind of feeling.
It was not long ago that the Kalapana area was a unique native Hawaiian community, untouched by modern civilization. It was a simple life, farming, fishing, ranching, but not an easy one, far from the conveniences of the city. It was a slower time then, and the Kalapana families had a special kind of closeness. But in 1964, the winds of change brought developers and bulldozers to open this pristine coastal treasure to the world. Eventually, the pure, simple lifestyle of old-time Kalapana would be gone. But the rare beauty of this special place could not be ruined by development alone.
I feel so privileged to have been able to live here for as long as I have. This is one of the most beautiful spots in Hawaii. And you look up the hill and it's just this black river.
Pele swallows up lot after lot, home after home. On April 24th, 5 homes go up in flames.
It's devastating. Everything's gone. I don't know. I feel kind of uprooted and not knowing what to do or where to go.
The thick orange liquid rock has now reached Old Government Road, Highway 137, a direct route 1/2 mile to Kalapana town. If there is one person in Kalapana who is prepared for Pele's visit, it is Aaron Anderson.
We'll just see what it does. When it's time to go, I'll go.
So when the lava flow crosses his property, he goes, effortlessly taking his home along for the ride.
I'm totally ready to accept whatever Pele wants to do and where she wants to dance. It's noble to be mobile, they say.
Unfortunately, most homeowners are not as flexible as Aaron. They must take what they can and leave the rest. Some even remove trees and plants from their lush tropical properties. During the last week of April, 29 homes are destroyed.
There's a cat around here somewhere that we can't catch, and she has 3 kittens. She's here somewhere.
The Humane Society and volunteer animal lovers pitch in to save over 50 abandoned animals that have become stranded between the flows. Sadly, at least that many more die on the lava.
There are cats that have been surrounded by the lava. Most of them are hanging out around houses that are now abandoned.
It's beautiful. We're living on a place where it's still growing and it's still, getting bigger and stronger all the time.
Mary Marks is philosophical about the destruction of her parents' home she's lived in with her family for the past 5 years. Few are prepared, however, for the emotional tide that surges when the home is actually engulfed.
God, this is so
Just
creepy.
imagine.
The flow rips through the heart of the subdivision and courses down Old Government Road. Nothing is spared. Power poles hang in mid-air. Fire hydrants, fences, and rock walls have no power to keep Pelly away from some of the most prestigious homes in the area. By the time she reaches subdivision founder Ruth Duff's home, Pelly has attracted media from around the world, and she continues her devastation for the cameras. The Duff home falls, as does a Kalapana landmark locals call the Dome Home. Pelly's intent is apparent, but Walter still stands his ground.
I'm not moving.
All right, good for you.
My men don't want to alone. They want me to take home again.
No, sir.
Oh, yeah. I'm the boss.
Oh, has somebody else?
Nobody tell me what to do.
We've told people that they'll probably have to leave and never come back. We've been starting to use the word relocation. It's an ugly word to use because a lot of these people have been born and raised here for several generations. But for the past 2 or 3 days, the unfortunate news is no one is coming back.
Harry Kim's message is clear. Kalapana Gardens is doomed. One more home and 50 yards of road and access to the subdivision will be cut off. The flow is now less than a quarter mile from Kalapana town. Walter's store, the Mauna Kea Congregational Church, and the renowned Star of the Sea Catholic Church.
I think the Kama'ainas, the old-timers as well as the newcomers. The newcomers, they have expressed it over and over again what a lovely place this is and how they enjoyed staying here. Here, I think in this area of Kalapana, you still find a lot of the old Hawaiian aloha. The culture is still very much in evidence around here.
With the help of the parishioners, Father Everest Gielen built the painted church in 1930 at a cost of about $2,500. It was constructed of used material from 2 other chapels along the coast. Father Everest painted the walls and ceilings inside the church. A Vermont artist known as Mr. George touched them up in the mid-60s. Many of the religious paintings were copied from European masters. Frequently, they were done at night by the light of kerosene lamps, while members of the community watched in fascination. Will April 29th be the last Mass held at the famous chapel by the sea?
I believe we'll survive.
I'm part Hawaiian. And I just believe that Madam Pelly will stop.
You have to have faith.
So, it stopped before, so we hope that it'll stop again.
God is going to stop the lava.
Well, I wouldn't say God going to stop the lava. Madame Pelly's going to stop herself. Because this is her land, we know that. But still, she'll have to give us that credit for being stubborn.
The congregation is divided on whether to move the church from its 60-year-old home. But Pelly gets closer still. The Catholic bishop decides the church should be saved. With the attention of the world focused on the painted church, members of the Mauna Kea Congregational Church across the street go about their business unheralded. They have absolutely no intention of moving their church. They do, however, remove a few plants from the churchyard and the bell from the steeple. It's from another century.
But I wish I'd have got my little windmill up there. That's a little cutie up there. Dang, I ain't got a ladder. I'd go get it.
Kalapana Gardens is now closed, and in spite of Walter's reluctance, so is his Kalapana store.
My brother and my wife want to move it, so I got to listen to them. If not, I have quarrel with the family. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know.
Are you sad today?
Huh? No. She's going to stop, that's why I'm not sad. Only the trouble of moving and bring back again.
A massive flow now surges, hits a rock wall behind the Kalapana store, and as Walter predicted, slides by. She passes the Protestant church next door as well, and rapidly approaches Harry K. Brown Park. Dozens of workers have struggled all night long to ready the pride of the community for travel.
This is a project, you can say, Aloha project with the Aloha spirit. Everybody involved in this is donating their services. Contractors, material houses, men that have stayed home from their work today and yesterday.
Just hours ahead of the lava crossing the road, the painted church is finally moved. As the historic church is placed with the other rescued homes, Civil Defense is now forced to evacuate its own headquarters in Harry K. Brown Park. Pele is inundating the Waiakolea ponds near the park. Though most of the ponds are overgrown now, there were once fish ponds for Hawaiian royalty, and in more recent times, a perfect place for a youngster's romance with nature. Few people even knew of Kalapana as late as the 1960s, and even fewer came to visit. And that was just fine with the local families that made up this idyllic community. Now the lava returns to reclaim the park. Steam rises as Pele fills in the ponds, and a place of 1,000 memories is buried under a blanket of liquid rock. By May 8th, Pele's hunger appears quenched. As the flow slows to a crawl, she does manage to reach the ocean, and for 2 days, covers a small part of the beach and a surfing landmark known as Drain Pipe. Walter's store, the Mauna Kea Church, and the site where the painted church once stood all remain untouched. Walter remains a prophet.
Thank you very much. Aloha.
Once again, Pele's calm is brief, and her return seems to be a cleanup of what she's missed before. Nearly a month after entering Kalapana town, she finally burns the Mauna Kea church and outbuildings left on the painted church property. She enters the ocean again. Miraculously, Walter's store still stands, completely surrounded by a 6 to 8 foot wall of lava, an oasis amidst the wreckage of the volcano.
Oh, I went down there, take a look. The building's still there. We sat down, have some cookie and some cold drink. Then he snapped one more picture. That was the last dinner I had at refreshment at my dining room.
Finally, early the morning of June 6, Pele can no longer avoid the Kalapana store. Even Walter cannot appease the goddess forever.
She tried to give me a long vacation. Walter, why cry? Might as well smile and start over again.
Over the next 2 months, Kilauea volcano continues to pour into the Pacific Ocean along the Kalapana coast, periodically torching homes. But in late July, Pele does the unthinkable, entering the bay at Kaimu, home of the world-famous Black Sand Beach, the final jewel of Kalapana's coastal treasure. For decades, the Black Sand Beach at Kaimu has attracted thousands of tourists. The swaying palms and crystal blue waters can be found many places in the Hawaiian Islands, but the rich black sand is unique to the Big Island. Born of an eruption in about 1750, the beach was formed when lava entered the ocean nearby, creating minute particles of lava debris, or black sand. Up until several decades ago, visitors found the Black Sand Beach to be much larger, stretching more than halfway around the bay. But years of erosion and subsidence caused by earthquakes have reduced it to a length of less than 75 yards. Still, local residents and tourists alike marveled at its beauty. But now, Pele comes to reclaim her creation. Of all the destruction the volcano has wrought during this long eruption, the loss of this beautiful beach is perhaps the most painful.
The thing about it is that normally your lava flow is something beautiful to watch, but this one is nothing beautiful. It's just something sad, and it takes a lot from the heart.
But Pele is continually creating more beaches, even as this one is destroyed. All along the 6 miles of reformed coastline are now dozens of new black sand beaches. And within just 1 month of the demise of the famous Black Sand Beach, Pele performs another miracle. Turning back the hands of time, she recovers the old beach with new sand, creating another instant beach. Still replete with palms and plants, the beautiful new black sand beach is 3 times as long and twice as wide as the old one, and almost a carbon copy of the original. What erosion has removed over the past 30 years, Pele has replaced in less than 30 days. But will the goddess obliterate her creation in the coming months, or leave it for the remaining Kaimu residents and tourists to enjoy? Only time will tell. As of this writing, since the current eruption began in January of 1983, Pele has burned more than 170 homes, 8 community buildings, 1 church, 1 visitor center, and a general store. She has closed over 100 miles of road, covered over 30,000 acres of land, and added over 180 acres to the Big Island. Property damage from this eruption now stands at over $62 million.
Buildings can be replaced and roads can be rebuilt. We're talking about the lifestyle here is the land. The lifestyle here are the trees and the beaches and the water. And these people that are going to be relocated, I don't care how far and wide we look, there is no other place like Kalapana.
This is the Kalapana coastline in March of 1990. And just 5 months later, Pele's Kilauea, she remains the most active volcano in the world.